Welcome back to Pytho. As a seasoned Quantum Leap binge watcher and self-proclaimed history buff, I've leapt back in time to numerous rifts of interpretations of the classic Adam and Eve story. From the Churchian creed to philosophical ponderings, the story has been explored and bulldozed in various ways over the centuries. But hold on to your fig leaves, folks, because I'm about to share with you an unpopular interpretation that will blow your mind. Are you ready for this? Brace yourselves, because we're about to step into the upgraded accelerator and travel back in time, to the genesis of civilization, and dig through the story of Adam and Eve, which may just be a metaphor for the shift from a nomadic, cave-dwelling hunter-gatherer lifestyle to the settled agricultural peasantry. Yes, you heard it right. Adam and Eve were the earliest farmers. Who would have thought, right? Now, before you roll your eyes, make a face, and dismiss this as an odd theory, let's take a stroll down memory lane to the Fertile Crescent. No, it's not a fancy name for a French bake shop, but rather a Middle/Near Eastern territory that includes parts of modern-day Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan. This area is believed to be the birthplace of farming, where around 10,000 years ago, the agricultural revolution took place. And guess what? The biblical tale of Adam and Eve might just be a reflection of this vital moment, notably in the Mediterranean past. So, let's keep digging and peel back the layers of this figurative onion. Adam and Eve, according to the Bible, were the first humans created by God. They lived in paradise, the Garden of Eden, where everything was perfect, and they did not desire anything else. Sounds like a romantic getaway, right? But wait, there's a catch. God placed one little restriction on them: not to eat the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Ah, we've all heard that epic tagline before, but what does it have to do with the agricultural revolution? First point, the ancient Great Reset. Well, here's where the narrative gets juicy. Just like every hunter-gatherer ancestors, Adam and Eve were living off the land, relying on nature's yield for sustenance. They didn't need to work 24/7 or till the soil, because everything they needed was freely available in the garden. But that darn concerned resident of the middle tree with its luscious fruit was too tempting for Eve, who succumbed to the serpent's cunning persuasion and took a bite. And then she offered it to Adam, who couldn't resist either. And just like that, paradise was in lockdown. There was a great reset when the agricultural revolution was born. Realize this: the act of eating the forbidden fruit can be seen as an analogy for the emergence of agriculture. There was an innovation-driven paradigm shift from relying only on gathering organic food to purposely planting and producing crops. Adam and Eve's compliance with the serpentine policy can be construed as humanity's curiosity and ingenuity, which ultimately led to the development of farming and settled agrarian communities. It was a bold step into the unknown, just like that first attempt at sowing seeds in the ground and waiting for them to grow. It required laying the groundwork, struggle, and a readiness to take risks, just like when Eve and Adam took a chance on that forbidden fruit. But that is not where the story ends. Similar to how Adam and Eve were expelled from the Garden of Eden as punishment for their transgression, the agricultural revolution had a significant impact on human society. When agriculture was discovered, people started to congregate in one place, establishing permanent villages. They built houses, formed social structures, and invented new tools and technology to support their farming methods. They learned how to tame animals for use as farm companions, laborers, and, of course, food. To manage water resources and boost agricultural outputs, they created irrigation systems. They exchanged excess items with nearby settlements, fostering the growth of trade and commerce. In other words, the agricultural revolution laid the stage for the rise of modern civilization. But like any major change, the shift from a hunter-gatherer to an agricultural existence was not without its difficulties. Early farmers encountered their own set of challenges, just as Adam and Eve had to deal with the results of their choices. They had to learn how to manage crops, control pests and illnesses, and cope with nature's unpredictable forces. They had to adapt to a sedentary lifestyle, which meant building permanent structures and fortifying their settlement against potential threats. They had to design new political and social systems to manage their growing populations. It was no easy feat, but humanity's curiosity and tenacity prevailed, just as Adam and Eve learned to till the land and tend to their crops after being cast out of Eden. Second point, the ancient Great Divide. Adam and Eve's gardening gone wild also sheds light on gender roles and the division of labor that developed throughout the agricultural revolution. After being driven from the Garden of Eden, Adam was forced to toil the ground for subsistence and Eve was plagued with labor pains during childbirth. This can be seen as a reflection of how men and women interacted differently as farming methods changed. While women continued to carry children and assume duties like gathering food, making meals, and handling domestic chores, men began to take on the role of farmers, tilling the ground, sowing seeds, and reaping crops. This division of labor based on gender roles became rooted in early human communities and persisted for generations, shaping the roles and expectations of men and women in various cultures and societies throughout history. But let's not forget about the crafty serpent who was responsible for the new information that led to new issues and challenges, such as peasantry, hierarchy, and competition. Who knew that the serpent might have stood for a hierarchical or tyrannical authority that wants to manipulate them and restrict their access to knowledge and resources? When the serpent lured Eve into taking a chance on the unknown, it meant changing allegiance. Putting another on a pedestal before their former state of independence, they had to depend on a new master, an expert in making agriculture work. So the serpent represented an unnatural intelligence, like AI, a disruptor that brought new ideas, risks, and uncertainties. Plus, Adam and Eve were supposed to be sovereigns, not subordinates. Why does it matter? Now, you might be considering, geez, this sounds like another conspiracy theory, what's in it for me? What bearing does the tale of Adam and Eve have in our contemporary age? Well, my curious and smart listeners, the relevance of this story goes beyond just ancient biblical history. The agricultural revolution was a crucial period in human history that changed how the way people live, work and interact with the environment. It paved the way for the development of civilizations, the rise of cities, and the beginning of modern agriculture and food systems that have shaped our societies to this day. The Garden of Eden narrative also serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between human intervention and nature. While agriculture has provided societies with the ability to feed their growing populations, it has also led to deforestation, soil degradation, loss of biodiversity, and other environmental challenges. It highlights the need for sustainable and responsible farming practices that prioritize the health of our land and the well-being of future generations, just as Adam and Eve were tasked with caring for the garden. And with that, my wise subscribers, I bid you adieu. Until next time, keep pondering, keep questioning, and keep smiling. After all, life is a story full of metaphors waiting to be explored. Never miss an update. Please click the subscribe button. And see you again, Pythors.